We got a legitimate front office. We got a legitimate owner. We got legitimate players. We got a decent quarterback, better than decent quarterback right now. We got some pretty good skilled pieces. And I'm calling myself out too. And I heard you, Chris. I did too. I entered this season saying I just want to see a playoff win, even over a division title. I just want to see this team win a playoff game to be able to stop at least that one narrative. Then obviously next is at least make an appearance sometime in the next decade in the Super Bowl. But are we soft for just wanting one playoff win this year when this team, and I think their expectation, as they've shown us, should be probably more than that?
So you think we should raise the expectations on this team this year?
I do. I'm not saying that they should be in the Super Bowl, but what I'm saying is, why can't this team why can't we expect this team to go in there and win a couple games in this playoffs? Why shouldn't we?
I think at a certain point in the season, we kind of felt that way about this team, right? When they're like, I think four games straight of like double-digit wins. Like, I think they had the largest like win margin of any team, or at least we're up there. But then you got to see this team against the good teams. So the teams are like, going to be in the playoffs, and they haven't really looked the same. And I think the only team they beat that is going to finish above 500. Well, I guess now maybe the Green Bay Packers. Their schedule looks pretty easy the rest of the way. But outside of that, it was the Chiefs, and they didn't have Kelsey, and they didn't have Chris Jones. The Ravens, that was ugly. Seattle, that wasn't pretty. I mean, it was still in it, I guess.
And they should have beat Seattle, though.
They should have beat Seattle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when I kind of look at some of the detail is when I start to actually say, I feel like us as fans should hold the organization to the same standards that we used to. Mm-hmm. We used to tell them to go out there and do more, do better. We used to tell them, you know what, we're not really going to settle for what we've come into the season with. If you guys have shown to be something, then go out there and do it, because we saw during that Stafford years, there were years when this team should have won a playoff game and they didn't. Now we're sitting here with a team that I believe is better than those teams, and we're just sitting there saying, man, we hope that they win a playoff game. And that's me too. That's Chris, bro. That's me as well. Like, I'm sitting here like, I do want to see them at least just win one. But then what are we actually saying about this build? What do we go around and we talk about Brad Holmes being the man. We go around, we talk about Dan Campbell being the man. We go around, we talk about our rookies actually being like Sam Lagoda. We talk about Jared Goff, and we actually talk about should he get the contract or not, no matter which side of the fence you on with that. We're talking about this team as if they're one of those teams that are going to go into the playoffs and actually have an opportunity to win a couple games in the playoffs.